Hi, aloha everyone. My name is Ashley. I operate local I'a. We're Hawaii's only community supported fishery. We get fish directly from the fishermen and supply to the community through various outlets. But today we're more concerned with telling you about I'a PSA, which is an invasive species. It's a snapper. Everybody loves snapper. You say snapper, everybody knows what a snapper is. They're just little guys, but they're really yummy. They're white and flaky. And as you can see, they're still really fresh. The eyes are still very clear and not sunken in, and they're very colorful and firm to the touch. So we're actually going to show you how to clean one of these today so that you're not so scared anymore. It's not that hard, and you actually can use pretty much everything that you would have in your kitchen. You need a cutting board or something to put it down on, and then I recommend putting a towel underneath so that it doesn't slide. And then you can use use a small knife to get the gills out inside. These are the gills, and they're nice and red. That also shows how fresh it is. And then this knife is in case I want to show you guys how to take the head off. And then this would be to fillet it. You just need like a thin blade for a fillet knife, nothing too fancy. You can try at it, and practice makes perfect. So there you go. For the scaling part of it, you have a scaler, which some people have, some people don't have, some people like it. Personally, I don't really prefer to use it. I was taught as a kid to use a spoon, and then anything that you're going to scale the fish with, just make sure that you keep your fingers back. If you don't take the spines off, you can use a spoon, you can use the scaler, you can also use a butter knife. Any of these things will get the scales off just like this. Anything that you can go like that with, flat. But what I found recently that works the best are tongs that you get. So scaling a fish is not really an exact science, definitely not rocket science. And then you hold the tail usually, and then you just pull forward and go along. You're just going to want to scrape from tail to head like this continuously until you get all the scales off. I'll demonstrate how to use the butter knife too. This is easier if you just kind of go down like that. And there's scales all the way up to the head, all around. They stop right here. You can see on his head where the scales stop. I'll show you how to use a spoon. Similar motion. You're going to want to hold the tail down here and then just go forward. Now I'm going to show you how to cut the rays off, which will poke you. So you just hold them here and trim them. Kitchen shears are the best. You can use regular scissors, but if you don't have either, you can clean it just like I did before. You just go to the base of the fish and try to cut them off, and if it doesn't go, you just go a little bit forward until you can cut it. Just make sure not to poke yourself while you're trying to get them off. You can wear gloves to do this process if you like. This is also a good idea if you're going to be feeding these whole fish to kids. It limits the stuff that they can poke themselves with. I would still suggest getting the bones out for the kids. That's how you knew you were growing up in our house when we were growing up, is when you had to pick your own bones. By growing up, I meant like 5 or something. Okay, so we got all the fins off. Now, I'm going to show you how to take the gills out. It's not that hard. Just use a small knife. The gills are these red things in here that the fish uses to breathe. They're connected here mostly and down here, so you're going to want to make an incision here. I just generally take the knife and I go like this, down, and you go straight down, and you'll see the first couple pop off. That's a good sign. Then you take it, you go around, and all the line you can see right there, there's a line. And then you're going to take it and just go forward there. Then you flip over and do the same motion. You're just going to go with the line of the gill area right there. And then so now you got it, and now you're going to go cut inside the fish. You can see there's a hole right here. And then you just stick your knife in there and you cut forward. You're going to, again, put pressure here. But on these guys, this part is a little bit pokey, so watch out. Don't put your finger directly on there. And then you're just going to cut forward. My knife is in about that much. See how much blood's on there? If you go further in, that's okay. You're just going to already start filleting your fish. You're just going to be ahead of the game. So you go cut all the way forward like this. Once you get to this part, you're gonna have to put more pressure forward, and you're keeping your hand kind of parallel to the cutting board. So put pressure here and push forward, and then never cut towards yourself. I wouldn't recommend going like this because you may slip and cut yourself. Make sure that all your fingers are above the mouth of the fish, that way you don't get your thumb and whatnot. So then you put your knife down over here and you pull it apart, and as you can see, all the gills, and look, it's not even that gross inside. Cleaning a fish isn't that bad. These orange things, I have yet to figure out what they are. I gotta put them under a microscope. I think it has something has to do with their gonads, but these fish are pretty clean on the inside. You just take them all out, you put your finger in here, wrap it underneath the gills. It's not that scrapey. If you're concerned with how it feels, you can always put on gloves and you just pull it off. Pull all the guts out right there, and then now you got your cleaned fish.